control. I know you can fight, but can you hold territory? Enemy claimed Zone A. You captured Zone C. You're in the lead. Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours. Zone B lost. Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours. Keep this up and the battle is yours. Zone C lost. Zone A captured. Zone advantage is yours. You're breaking them. Zone B lost. Don't drop your guard. The enemy is persistent. remaining. You're dominating the field. Don't let up. Hold strong, and this battle is yours. Double down. Zone A lost. Zone C captured. You have advantage. Zone B lost. Minute. You have this. You captured Zone A. Zone advantage is yours. 30 seconds remain. Finish them. Zone C lost. Victory is all I ask. Good. control. Take those zones and hold them to your last breath. Enemy claims Zone A. Double down. Enemy claimed Zone B. The enemy has gained ground, but it's not over. Zone C lost. Zone A captured. Zone A lost. It's a power play. Get those zones back. Zone C captured. Zone C lost. Power play. Enemy has your zone. Zone A captured. 5 minutes. Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours. Zone C captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Zone A lost. Double down. Zone B lost. 3 minutes left. Zone A captured. You have zone advantage. Zone C lost. You're beaten. This time. control. Capture and defend, Guardians. You captured Zone A. Enemy claimed Zone C. You're falling behind. Zone B captured. You have advantage. You've gained the lead. Zone C captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Zone B lost. Zone A lost. Lost the lead. Zone B captured. You have advantage. You're in the lead. You're pulling ahead. Keep it that way. Zone C lost. You captured Zone A. You have advantage. Zone B lost. Zone B captured. You have advantage. Zone C captured. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold them. You're dominating the field. Don't let up. Zone B lost. Zone A lost. 5 minutes. Waver, and the enemy will take this. Fight on! Enemy doesn't respect your lead. Demand it. Zone B captured. You have zone advantage. Zone B lost. Victory is all I ask. Good. Zones controlled. Targets eliminated. Nice work. control. Capture and defend, Guardians. Enemy claimed Zone A. Enemy claimed Zone B. Zone B captured. You have advantage. You're in the lead. Zone C lost. Zone C captured. You have zone advantage. You're pulling ahead. Keep it that way. You're dominating the field. Don't let up. 5 minutes remaining. Zone C lost. Zone A captured. You have advantage. Zone A lost. You captured Zone C. You have zone advantage. Three minutes left. Zone B lost. Zone B captured. You have zone advantage. Zone A captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Zone C lost. Sound tactics bring victory. Zones controlled. Targets eliminated. Nice work.
The whole place hums with energy left behind by the Traveler's unfinished work. No wonder Guardians considered this site sacred. Now that Cade is back in the fold, all we need is to find Ikora, make the Vanguard whole again, and bring down the Almighty.
Red Legion ships have been in and out non-stop since I got here. We need to know what they're doing. Get into that base.
Look at the sky. What is that, Ikora?
Energy. The Traveler's energy. What have they done? This is my fault. I could have stopped this.
Ikora, there's no way. Not without your light.
I am more than just my light. I could have tried. I should have tried.
Looks like the Legion's packing up, Ikora.
But after all these years dying, being reborn, dying again, the Traveler has left me with one life. And I am afraid to lose it.
That might happen anyway. Gaul has a weapon that can blow up our sun.
What? Why would he destroy what he's worked so hard to conquer? Get into that base. There must be answers there.
The blue stuff is oozing from the cracks in the ground. That's the Traveler's raw energy. Everyone's gone.
Keep looking. It's not like the Cabal to invest so much in a base and just abandon it.
We're coming up on a big drill.
A drill? Are they mining the Traveler's energy? No, it's not light. It can't give the Traveler's blessing. Not to me, not to Gaul. Or could it?
Ikora.
What do you see?
I don't know. Dimensional rifts. Some kind of magic.
The Taken.
What were those things?
The Taken. A mindless army of stolen souls. They will forever be drawn to the Traveler's energy. They are no longer fallen or Cabal. A Hive God changed them with the dark powers he stole. Wait. Is Gaul's plan to do the same, but with the light? That has to be it.
Mm, I fucked up.
Why, what happened?
I got in a car accident yesterday.
Oof. How did that go?
Not good. I fucking. I mean, I don't know what to really say. It was a car accident.
How did it happen?
My car's not fucked. It took it like a fucking champ. But that other car, holy god.
Wait, was it your fault? I'm assuming it's not your fault because you wouldn't be in it
No, it
right now.
was. No, it was. It was no.
Oof.
But no, it wasn't my fault. But my parents were like, they like, I don't know. Like, well, it was more like my dad. My dad like kind of understood. Because he was telling me in the car when we are going to the police station to like file the report. He was like, I got in my first car accident when I was 15. I didn't even have my license.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he's like, so I get it. He's like, you're a new driver. It happens because even when my sister was like my age right now and she had her G2, she got in a car accident. It wasn't as bad as mine right now, but. Do you want to see pictures?
Sure. How did it happen though?
Yeah, my car. Uh, well, my family has like a good relationship with like almost all the people on my street, like, because I'm at the end of the street, right? So like 4 houses down from my street on both sides,
Yeah.
like we have like a good relationship with all of it, all the people that live in those houses. But it happened like all the way at the end of the street with like these people I didn't know, but either way. I was saying hi to one of this old couple that my grandma hangs out with a lot, and they like give me money and stuff, and they give me candy and stuff. It's kind of great. They're really cool. So I was saying hi to them. So I was rolling down my window, and I was going like 10 like miles per hour.
Yeah.
I was saying hi to them, and then just all of a sudden, just boom, right into the car.
So how did it do that much damage if you're only going 10?
I don't. I actually don't fucking know. I really don't know. Cause even the cop was like, "Holy shit!" And then he was like, "Well, you hit it in like the weakest spot of the car, so that's why it's so bad."
Yeah.
I hit it. I
You hit
clipped
the
them in their bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Where
clipped them in their bumper.
this part is like, okay, I guess I'll just die to something that I killed 20 years
I
ago.
clipped them in their bumper, and if you're sitting in their driver's seat, their left side tire.
Yeah.
So they probably need alignment, but I don't know. The insurance is gonna cover all of it. So the first set of pictures is the other person's car, and then the last set of pictures is my car.
Alright, hold on. Get through this area that I died at, but I shouldn't have.
Oh, okay, it's sent weird. So the first two, oh no, wait, no, okay, yeah. So the white, like I have an SUV, so you know which one's mine.
Yeah. That's probably, that also probably didn't help, because that guy, the other guy's...
Yeah, bro, no, I was fucking shocked when I got out of the car because no, trust me, I was going like 10 because when I pulled out in my driveway, I was going down the street. I saw them, so I slowed down at first, and I looked at my speedometer, and it was 20, and I slowed down even more, so I had to be even going like probably under 10. I just said 10 because I wasn't going that fast. I know I wasn't. The fucking guy tried to put the guy. Oh, I'll explain this the fucking story, but they were assholes. They tried to charge me or get me charged.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Always try
fucking
to do that.
stupid. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. You're gonna try to charge a fucking 17-year-old? You guys are assholes. Like, what the fuck? They were Polish though, so I mean that's in their nature. But
Oof. I mean, I've been in a car, well, I've been on both sides. I've hit somebody and I've been hit, so...
yeah, I mean, because my dad kept saying he was like, Lucas, don't worry, like it happens to everyone. He's like, don't
It
worry.
really does.
Yeah, I was just because like I didn't think it was gonna happen to me that early on in me driving.
It's, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen early on. Trust me.
Yeah, I know. Now I gotta
Um,
probably pay for my insurance now because it's gonna go up, right?
uh, I mean, yeah.
Well, I don't know if my insurance company does the first accident forgiveness thing. I'm pretty sure they don't.
Depends on if your
So
dad
I
has
don't
it or
know.
not, 'cause
There's
you're only a secondary driver, right?
yeah. but was
I know this place is
but
symbolic.
for what my sister's boyfriend was saying, because he's been in like a lot of accidents, he said it only goes up like
The
$50
island
or
needed
$100. It's one
gladly
of
to
them.
stop Gaul. We leave now. Don't be so hasty.
Yeah, I
Icor
remember
array in stock.
the
And as
the
for
one
you,
time I hit
meddling
the
guardian,
person, I
I
was
have a
like,
few
we were
choice
both
things
turning
to say
right,
to you.
and the person was being an idiot because they inched up, they were turning right, and I was just getting into the turning lane, and they were like inching up, and then or it was an old Asian lady, she like pushed down on the gas, and she was going. So like I didn't fully slow down, and then she slammed on her brakes because she saw that somebody was in the left lane, so she still could have turned. She still could have made the turn, but she didn't because she saw somebody in the left lane. And technically, you're not supposed to turn if there's anybody coming in any of the lanes, but realistically, she should have turned, even though the
Yeah,
person
to
was in the
avoid
left
you.
lane. And so yeah, so then I ended up bumping into the back of her car, and that was annoying because she was like an old Asian lady, and she was like, I don't know, I guess I scared the shit out of her.
Yeah, they're fucking yeah. These
But I
people are
didn't,
fucking assholes.
there was no damage, so I didn't, we didn't bother doing anything or whatever. I gave them my, like, phone number or whatever, because I was
Yeah,
like,
mine. Yeah, there's damage. Oh yeah.
oh yeah, here, let me look at it now
Fuck
that I'm
man.
on the
It
phone.
just it didn't yeah, it just didn't help that I hit a fucking Honda Accord with a goddamn Ford Escape. It did not help at all. Like I fucking crushed their fucking whole like no, it's just their bumper and their left headlight that really got fucked up.
That's not even that much damage, because the bumper is cheap to replace because the bumper is made out of plastic.
Yeah, yeah, no. No, yeah, yeah, no. It's realistically it's not a damage, but like when I got out of the car and I looked at it, I flipped my shit because I was like, "Holy fuck."
And that light, it
Fucked
isn't
up that
even,
car.
I don't think the light, it doesn't look like the light's even damaged. It just looks like you broke the
No,
plastic
it is
that covers it.
no. Oh, okay, well, yeah, that part, but yeah, they're gonna still replace it
Damn.
either way. And I think I bent their frame. I'm not too sure though.
Yeah, I've
I
never
know
had an
I
accident
bent
that
my
bad.
fender.
There was
Yeah,
this
no,
other
it
one
realistically it's not that bad.
when
Yeah.
I got hit, it was turning right again, ironically, and the guy, I guess he didn't realize, like, cause I was just sitting there, right, like I didn't even move or anything, I was just sitting there, and I don't know if he was looking down at his phone or something, but he like knocked me into the intersection, so then I had to like back up, and then like it was like 10 o'clock at night too, so I just wanted to go home and shit, but there was like no damage, and one of his headlights was out too, so he was kind of like scared shitless, cause he thought that I was gonna like call the cops or something. But like I
Yeah, I get him a
realistically just
ticket.
wanted to go home. So like,
Yeah, bro, I wish. No, but okay, so like the story was, I got out of the car, right? I'm like, the guy was outside in his driveway, right? So I was thinking about this after. If this motherfucker saw me coming towards his car, why didn't he say anything? Like, why didn't he scream
wait,
something?
was
Because I
his
would have
car just
slammed the
parked?
brakes.
Was his car just
It
parked
was
or
parked
something?
on the street. It was parked on the street. He wasn't in the car. No one was in the car.
Oh, so
I
you
was the only
just kind of
person.
like, you kind of were like distracted with the
I
people that
hit
you're
a
trying to
parked
say
car.
hi to.
Yeah, yeah, I hit a parked car, so realistically, like the cops were like, okay, you hit a parked car. It's not like anyone got hurt. Like, it's not a big deal. You hit a parked car, that's it. As long he's like, it would have been a big deal if you like fucking would have fled. That's it.
Yeah.
That's would have been the big deal. Either way, I fucking I hit the car. I get out of the car. I start flipping out. Like this guy is like I hit the car. I look out my window and the guy's like in his driveway and
Hmm.
he's like holding up his hands. He's like, "What the fuck?" And then
Oh
I
my
get out of the
god.
car. I'm like, "I'm so sorry." No, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, if this guy saw me coming towards his car, why didn't he like say something?
Why was his car
The
parked in the road in the
traveler's
first place
energy.
though? Like, was his driveway full
Okay,
of other
listen.
cars or something?
This is my fault.
No, that's the thing.
Stop
They
this.
had so much room.
There's no way.
Okay,
Damn.
here's the thing. Either way, I fucking
I
I
am
you know
more
like,
than just
we're
my life.
we the guy that's
I
freaking out
can
whatever, and
drive.
then
I should
the wife
drive.
comes out,
Hmm.
and she's like, oh no she didn't come out yet. I told the guy like, okay, I live right down the street, And he was like kind of like he was kind of fucking like pissed off, but he at the same time he kind of like knew I was a kid, so that's why he didn't really flip out on me.
Yeah.
So I was like just telling him like, yo, we live right down the street. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then I was like, can I just go get my dad? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then, well, I didn't want to leave the car, right? I didn't want to leave the scene.
Yeah.
So I just called my dad, and then I told my dad like, oh, I hit a car, and he came out. And he was talking to the people, and then the wife came out. The wife was the fucking trigger. She was a bitch. She looks at the car, and she looks at me, and she's like, that's it. I'm calling the police. Like, I did some more shit other than that. Like, I fucking tormented their family or something like that. She's like, that's it. At this point, I'm calling the police. And then my dad's like, man, don't call the police. They won't even come. And she's
Yeah,
like,
did
I
they
don't
even,
understand.
Did she call them?
No.
Because if she
Yeah.
called them, they wouldn't have come.
Yeah.
Or if they
Yeah,
did, they
yeah,
would have came.
no.
And been like, why the fuck did
Listen,
you call us?
my dad worked for TTC, right? So he got in so many accidents working, so he knows what he's talking about. So that's why I called him first instead of like my mom or my sister or something like
Well, the
that. I
thing with
called
the
him first
cops
because he
is,
knows.
the cops won't even come unless either somebody's injured or their
Yeah,
damage is over
it was
like
like really
$1,000,
bad. Yeah,
$2,000.
yeah, yeah. No, it's 1,000, and it's not over 1,000. So either way, I'm pretty sure well, it might be over like 1,000, but it's not, and not with both vehicles, because my vehicle's like I just have to replace the bumper.
I
That's it.
don't think it. I
And
don't
that's
think
like
it would be because that bumper was made out of plastic. Their bumper.
A drill.
They literally just have to get a
no,
new
but
bumper and
they
then
might
get
have
the
to get an
headlight fixed.
alignment.
No.
Yeah, and then the headlight. I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but either way, fucking the my dad's like telling this girl like, ma'am, they won't come. No one's injured, and the damage is not that bad. So they're not gonna come. And she's like, you don't know what you're talking about, blah blah. And she went inside, and she came out with her phone, and she had like a 911 operator on, and the 911 operator is like, ma'am, I don't even understand why you called us, because the rules clearly state when you're getting your driver's license that the damage has to be over $1,000 or someone's injured. And is the damage over $1,000 or is anyone injured? She's like, no. And then the operator's like, okay, then you have to go to the report the collision center or whatever and report it. And then the girl's like, no, but I wanted a police officer coming down. The driver that hit me doesn't even have a license. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what's this bitch fucking talking about? And she's like, ma'am, you can handle that in the police station. You are wasting police resources right now. And she got so fucking pissed off. And then she fucking hanged up the phone. This bitch was on like a fucking like power trip. I was like, what the fuck? And her husband was getting pissed off at her because she was fucking like throwing out these random accusations. And then so she's like, okay, so we're like exchanging fucking things now, right? And we're fucking talking it over. And then the girl comes up to me, the wife. She's like, do you even have a driver's license? And I'm like, I'm sorry. And she's like, can you even drive the car? And I'm like, yeah, why would I be driving it? And she's like, well, you teenagers do stupid shit sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You would be the worst mother in the fucking world. Holy fuck.
The
So
dumbass
I'm like,
Asian lady
I
that
pull
I
up.
hit, she could barely speak English, so she's trying to like sign to me, like asking me if I was smoking weed or drinking or anything like that, and I'm like trying
The
not to laugh
fuck?
at this point because I already knew there was no damage, and I knew she was just being extra at this point. So like I'm just in my head like trying not to laugh, and she's like trying to ask me if I was under the influence or anything. I'm like, no. I'm like, and in my head like, because I'm not trying to make anything worse. Like I didn't want her to like end up like fucking doing
Calling the
anything
cops.
stupid or something. Well, no, the cops wouldn't have came. There's no way the cops would have came. Unless she like made up a story like, oh, like I'm having like a heart attack or some shit like that, like something dumb, because like she was like really panicked or whatever. And so anyways, yeah, like she's asking me if I'm like high or if I'm drinking or whatever, and I'm like no. And in my head I'm like, it's pretty much your fault that this accident even happened. Like if she would have just went, which she was already going to do in the first place, none of that would have happened.
Yeah. But either way, this fucking girl, right? I show her the G2 on my license, and she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, so how do you even hit my car? And then I was like, I was trying to say hi to one of the neighbors, and I looked away for a second, and I hit your car. I'm sorry. And then she's like, oh, you know, that's distracted driving. You can't be doing that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And this fucking bitch starts going off on my dad about resale value, resale value. And then she's like, oh, we can't resell the car now because it's been in an accident
That's
and the
not
value's
true.
dropped. And then, no, my sister's boyfriend came and he's like a car, like he knows everything about cars. So this fucking he went in on this fucking girl. This fucking girl, she's like, oh yeah, what if I want to sell it now? Blah blah blah. Then my sister's boyfriend's like, so wait, ma'am, let me ask you a question. Did you want to sell it before he hit your car? And she just didn't say anything. She was
That's what
like,
I would have
he
asked. I would have been
fucking
like, why
got
is
her.
your like obviously she can't get any more mad than she already is, and like you know the cops aren't
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
anything. So I would have straight up just asked her like, why is your car parked on the side of the road if your driveway's empty anyways?
No, that's what he asked her. He's like, no, because this girl was like, you know what though? I keep such perfect care of this car. It only has 80,000 miles on it, and you know, I originally bought it for $60,000, and then my sister's boyfriend's like, okay, what model, what year is it? And she's like 2009, and then he like fucking started dying laughing. My dad, they were like fucking
Sixty
laughing so
thousand
hard, and
dollars
then my
for 2009
for
car.
Honda
All right
Accord,
then.
a Honda Accord, and my sister's boyfriend's like, my sister's boyfriend's like, you bitch! I swear to God, I would only give you $1,000 for this car, and if I was being generous, I would only give you $2,000 for this
I
car
hope she
before the
realizes how
damage.
dumb she sounded. If she realistically
Yeah,
paid sixty
she was
thousand dollars
stupid.
for that car,
No,
she's clearly lying
she was
because
stupid.
the newest Honda Civics, the 2018 hatchbacks, only cost at the very most 35,000. So there's no way she paid $60,000 for a 2009
I don't know.
Honda.
This bitch was so fucking fucked up. The husband was trying to calm me down. But either way, we exchanged the information. We fucking go to the report, the collision center, right?
Yeah.
We fucking go to the collision center. We get there. These fucking guys are now like this husband and wife. They're now trying to comfort me because like at this point I'm like kind of like tearing up because I was like really upset that I actually did that.
Hmm.
Like I actually got into it. Like it was so like it was starting to sink in, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, oh Lucas, don't worry." And I was like, "Wait, how do you even know my name?" Like I didn't ask that, but and I
Have you
realized she
not
was
showed her
like
your driver's
examining
license?
my driver's like in the car when we were driving over there. She was like expecting my driver's license to see if I was like fucking I was able to drive. Either way, so they're like, "Oh, Lucas, it's okay. You know, it all happens
Ugh.
to us. It's fine." Blah blah
As they
blah.
were trying to
So we get into the
charge you.
police station. Yeah, yeah. So we get in the police station and we're talking to the officers. The officers were like so fucking chill. Like they were great. My
Yeah.
dad was like fucking making best friends with these guys. Like they're fucking great. Meanwhile, this bitch is like yapping about how it's my fault, it's my fault. And these officers were getting sick and tired of her. The one told her to step aside, and then they took her to like another room, and
Hmm.
then they were just talking to me. My dad, and you know, I was being honest. I was like, yeah, I looked away and I hit the car, and then he was like, oh, okay. He's like, how fast were you going? I was like, 10 miles per hour at least. Like, you know, I didn't hit it that hard. And he's like, did the car move when you hit it because it was parked? And I said, no, it didn't move at all. I just hit it and then that was it. And he's like, okay, yeah, you couldn't have been going or like over the speed limit, whatever. So they give us the report, fucking collision thing. We
Hmm.
fill it out. We fucking give it back to the officer. He's like, all right.
You just cut out there, Billy.
The whole place hums with energy left behind by
Yep,
the
my controller
traveler's
shut off.
unfinished
Okay,
work.
either way, we give him the fucking thing. He's like, all right, you guys are free to go. And they were talking to me too, and they're like, Lucas, it's okay, you know, they like it's your first accident. And then my dad's like, hey, he popped his cherry, and then they all start laughing. And it was they were cool. They were cool. They're like, it's your first accident, don't worry. They were telling me stories about their first accidents when they were young and stuff like that. And then they were telling me it's like it's a good learning experience, whatever. So you know,
Yeah.
that cheered me up. I was kind of happy. So we go over to the fucking people. They're still writing their fucking report. Like they're taking 10 years to write it. Like you don't even have to be like detailed about it. You just have to be
How is
specific
the
or
wife
like
even
like
writing the report when
simplify.
she didn't even see it or anything? The husband was the only one who
Yeah,
saw anything.
she's writing it. She's writing it when the fucking guy witnessed the husband witnessed it all. So we go up to them. We say you know we say like sorry to them again before we
Yeah.
leave. And then the husband's like this is where he's fucking like you know he turns into the evil fucking guy, right? He turns into the fucking antagonist. He's like, "So are you going to get charged?" And my dad like fucking got like a stupid look on his face. He's like, I'm
Charged for
sorry, and
what?
me too. And then he's like, you were speeding.
I could have stopped
And
this.
then one of the officers came over and he's like, "Sorry, what's going on?" And then the husband went to the officer. He's like, "He was speeding, so aren't you gonna charge him?" And I was like, and then the officer looked at me. He's like, "Were you speeding?" And I said, "No, I was going 10 miles per hour. Unless they sorry, kilometers per hour. Unless they fucking changed like every fucking residential street from 50 to 10 or like 5 miles per hour, then a fucking like I'm my bad." And then he was like, yeah, he was like, sir, you don't know what you're talking about. This fucking officer starts fucking roasting this guy. He's like, sir, I don't know, understand what you're talking about. He cannot be charged for going 10 kilometers an hour. Like, if he would have hit your car any harder, it would have moved. And then he was like, oh, well, I'm pretty sure he was going faster than 10 kilometers an hour. I'm like, and then I said straight up to him, like, were you in the car and were you looking at the speedometer when I hit you? When I hit your car? And he's like, no. I'm like, exactly. So how would you know how fast I'm going? You're just judging me on how fast you think my car was going.
Yeah.
And he just didn't say anything. And then he's like, oh, what about reckless driving and distracted driving? And then the officer just kind of like shooed my dad and me away. He was like, don't listen to them. They obviously don't know what they're talking about. Um,
What I don't
and
understand
he's
is
like, you
why
guys
do
have a
they
good day.
care? Why do they care if you get charged or not? It's not like they get any of the money.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? And then we okay, and then the officer's like, okay, you guys have a nice day.
Yeah.
Um, and he tells me again, he's like, I hope everything works out for you, Lucas. I'm like, okay, thank you. And I shook his hand, whatever. And then we leave. We're about to leave, and the fucking guy was like, oh, Louis, wait. And that's my dad's name. He's like, Louis, wait. And he ran up to my dad, and he's like, how much do you think my car is worth now? And my dad's like, honestly, when you get it repaired, maybe $1,000. And he's like, oh, that's so fucking stupid. I wish your son never even hit my car. It was totally worth $10,000 before you hit it. And I'm like, I just grabbed my dad. I'm like, let's go. This fucking guy's so stupid. If you think you're getting $10,000 for a 2009 Honda Accord, then you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked in the head. No one would even give you fucking $2,000 for that fucking piece of shit. I don't care. I don't care if the paint job was perfect, how many miles it had on it. It all matters about the year. Fuck. Even my dad was telling me, he's like, we used to have a Chevy Tahoe, brand new, like 2000 and I don't remember 2002, and that's like the year it got stolen. And he's like, I paid $60,000 for that truck. A year after we went to Marineland, it got stolen. It only had 20,000 miles on it. The insurance company only gave me $20,000
Oh, well, that's just
for the
insurance
car.
companies. That's just insurance
Yeah,
companies. Insurance
yeah.
companies is
And the
completely
guy's like,
different. No, but insurance companies, like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't compare insurance companies to, like, of what they'll give you to, what, like, you actually, like, could sell it for. Because the insurance
No, no, but my
companies will
dad was
literally
just
pull every book out of their ass to see how little money they can give you. Like,
no,
they
no,
give
but
you
the
the complete
fucking
minimum.
the my dad was just trying to make the point as like it doesn't matter like how like good you take care of your car, it's the value still goes down. That was just
Yeah,
the moral of the story. And this
depreciation.
guy was just like, yeah, yeah. This guy was just like, no, it doesn't matter how old your car is. It just matters on how like on how like perfect the car is. And then my dad's just like, you know what, sir, have a nice day. And then we just left because
If
this
the
guy was
car
so
is, as
fucked
soon
up.
as you drive your car off of the dealership lot, it's probably
Yeah,
only worth like
yeah,
half of what it was, what you
yeah,
paid for it.
yeah, yeah. These guys are so fucking stupid. And my dad, when we were walking out, my dad's like, these fucking people should just go back to
Yo,
fucking their country.
apparently there's like two big things that happened. I don't know how long like the first or the second thing happened, but um apparently everybody who went to E3 as like press had their shit leaked. Like everything, like where they lived, their phone numbers, everything.
Makes sense.
And then the second, you know, I still don't understand this, but Trump went out and said that video games are to blame. Like, I've been behind him this whole time, but like, this is the one thing that I can't agree with.
Okay, so anyways, Lucas, as you were saying,
No, that was it. That was it. Yeah, that was like everything that happened. Like, I mean, we just have to get it repaired now, but that's it.
What happened?
Their car is gonna be in the shop. Nothing. Their car is gonna be in the shop for a while, and mine. They were saying like maybe a day, and it'll be fixed.
They probably only have to replace
'Cause-
the bumper on yours, so just,
No, yeah, no. They were saying it's whatever the insurance company decides. They either want to replace the bumper or just because honestly, realistically, you just pop out that dent, fucking retouch up the paint, and then that's it. Yeah,
What? Someone hit your car?
yeah.
Oh.
But yeah,
That
either way,
sucks.
it's it is what it is. I don't know. You know, like they said, it was actually a good learning experience because now I know don't say hi to my neighbors.
Oh, it was
It's
your
fucking-
neighbors too?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh, damn.
But that was. Oh yeah, and then Brandon, you know, on top of that, you know, fucking I get rejected too. That was fucking great.
rejected. What do you mean?
Yeah, remember that girl I was talking about?
Oh, oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
she.
what happened?
Yeah, no. It's not. No, I'm not upset. I wasn't even upset about it. She was like, she like straight up told me, she's like, yeah, you know, I don't have the same feelings. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And she's like, I still love to be friends though. I'm like, yeah, cool. Me too.
Nice.
That was it. No, because we were good friends before, like, I hit her with the meat sauce, you know, but you know, then then she didn't want the meat sauce, and I was like, all right, I'll give you Alfredo sauce instead.
You can literally go find the webpage on the Wayback Machine. That's a big fucking, like, they tried to take it down, like, they give you a 404 error when you go on the site with the Excel spreadsheet of literally everyone's fucking addresses and phone numbers and like shit like that. They give you a 404, but if you go on the fucking Wayback Machine, it's all fucking there. Actually retarded.
I have one life left
So,
to give,
that's where my phone
and
is.
I will give it gladly to stop Gaul. We leave now. Don't be so hasty. Ikora Ray, we must talk. And as for you, meddling guard.
Imagine leaving that public information up there, or well, not public information, that information there for the public.
Imagine being gay. Just kidding. I also had a lady back into my car in a McDonald's parking lot, so that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, but you're lucky. You didn't have like bad damage like I do.
Did you know the person, Brandon?
She was my neighbor.
No, I'm talking to Brandon back in
No,
like
it was some
her.
old fucking white lady in the fucking McDonald's parking lot. I went through the drive-thru and I was putting my debit card back in my wallet, and I didn't even have my car in park or anything. I literally just had my foot on the brake, and I guess the lady was in her car. I didn't even know that she was in her car, and she didn't have her backup lights or anything on, which tells me that she just backed up without looking behind her. So she backed into my car, and then I like went to go park, and she just sped away. So I like flipped her off and started screaming at her, but I don't think she heard anything I said.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, and you had the paint on your car, the paint
Yeah.
transfer.
Was it bad?
No,
Like-
no. It just left
Oh,
like a
okay.
couple like scratch marks, but then I spray
Scratches?
painted
Oh.
over it.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Rip.
and then why'd I leave this armor on? I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh, does anyone here watch The Internet Historian?
Nope.
You don't? Oh.
So I'm
It's,
praying it doesn't rain tomorrow because I'm supposed to go to Canada's Wonderland with my friends for my one friend's birthday.
Oh, Brennan, what the fuck was that Cursed Kids show? The that highlight that he
Oh,
uploaded.
that was pretty interesting.
Oh god. I was fucking dying. I haven't even fully watched it. That shit is fucking haunted.
Fucking cursed. I guess
Actually,
I'll go to the
wait,
tower.
Oh no, I did.
Oh, I have a
Finished with the
priming
fucking like
grams.
pump face.
What do I need? What do I pray for out of this priming gram? Ooh, I pray for boots. Oh, I got this exotic
Are you gonna
type,
stay?
like the Ophida.
Uh,
Whatever the fuck that is. And
Ophidius
what?
Space for the hunter,
Yeah.
or it's okay.
Oh, what were you gonna
Are you gonna move over to console when it comes later this August?
say? I mean,
Or are
can't
you
you
gonna
just
stay
go
on
back and
PC?
forth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
I'll
I'm saying,
probably...
like, are you gonna buy the DLC on console, or are you just gonna play PvP with, like, everyone?
I mean, like, if they want to, like, start getting into Destiny seriously, then yeah, I'll buy it on console.
Well, I think that True's playing it seriously. And I'm, like, pretty sure that Lucas, you said that you'd be willing to if you see, like, that you actually like it. Unless I misheard.
If Dust didn't get grounded, we'd have a raid team.
No, but Lucas would have to get geared up. Because he'd still,
I mean, it's gonna be free to play pretty soon.
I don't know. Well, I already have the first 2 DLCs on console. Like, literally everything that they're giving away on console, I already have.
I don't remember how much I bought on
Paid
console.
for.
Did I buy DLC on console? I don't even think I bought DLC on console, to be honest, so I'm gonna get a bunch of
I
shit
think
for
that
free.
I'm gonna get a
Ooh, I
few
got the
things, like,
home
cause
money.
you don't need to get the seasons pass thing unless you want to play certain content. So I think that for what I'm gonna do for console is I might get just the Forsaken DLC, and I'll get Black Armory for Lucas, because Black Armory is probably one of the more important ones, and Opulence. That's another important one. Drifter was like meh. You don't need to have Drifter to progress too far because you can get like literally everything from Season of the Drifter normally, and it'll still be, well,
I don't
not
even
like
know if I
normally, but
have
like you
Season
can
of the
get like
Drifter.
replicas. You do if you have the Seasons Pass.
I don't even
Anyways,
know if I have the Seasons Pass.
yeah, you do. You have the Black Armory?
Back from the hunt,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, you have the Seasons Pass.
Okay.
Anyways, so yeah,
Of
I'm just
course
gonna
it
get
gives
the
me
Season of
fucking
Opulence, and
Lucas.
because you can't buy it in separately right now, I don't think. So yeah, because Lucas should only, like, if he does play it with me, he should only need Black Armory and
I actually really fuck with
Opulence.
I really
I must
fuck with
admit, Guardian, I'm very curious to see
what do you call
you've
this,
got
with the
for me
bad
to crack
reputation
open.
SMG. So
Oh,
pretty
and
quality
he's not even
PvP.
gonna be actually missing out on a raid, because Season of the Drifter doesn't even have a raid.
It is going to be so fucking easy for him to get to 752. Cause, well, I mean, getting to
He'll
700
actually
is
be
fucking
getting to like probably 740, if I had to guess,
So who won?
when he first starts off. Um,
I'm almost 750 with like a bunch of my, or with 2 of my characters.
You don't look too
do you want to keep grinding the European aerial zone with me? Because I still need to farm out a bunch of mini bosses.
I'll come in a bit, because I wanted to go on my Warlock and do something real quick.
They are well encrypted even to themselves.
I fuck with the way this looks.
Bungie's I don't know, but like I hope that Bungie nerfs the grind, because this shit is actually unreal for 3 characters.
I'm still on the green gear, to be honest, and I know that the fucking blue gear just gets even more intense, so...
And then after you get the purple, you have to masterwork it.
Oh my god. Somebody
Which
got
I
the
think that like
majestic
there's
gear
quite
in
a
my
few challenges.
lobby. When I was just
Yeah,
chilling and I
good
saw
for
them.
them. Fuck that. Cause, yeah.
I'm gonna go on my Warlock.
Need void weapon. No, I already have void weapon kills. I need
Yeah, my Titan's 748
super
and my Hunter's
kills.
741.
Challenges. Yeah. Challenges. Bounties. This is actually painful to do.
Yo, Lucas, in a bit we can go play Minecraft if you're down.
Alright.
Yeah, I got on with you, Brandon, and nobody was getting on. I could be wrong though. I think I might have gone with too, but
When?
it was literally just me and you sitting on that map for a while.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god,
I'm
yo,
going
I
to...
feel a steamer coming.
That's fucking great.
Ooh.
that sad moment when the Solstice gear is gonna be stronger than the gear you have on your Warlock. Yikes.
This U-boat shit is so stupid. Oh wait, you guys don't know what that is. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go do the. Actually, I'm gonna go get some bounties first. Oh no, wait, the reset's tomorrow. Do I even try
Hmm.
to do
Oh,
that?
I actually have to clear Crown right now. Or not right now, but like later.
Actually.
Brandon, you might be able to come with me for Crown later if you want to. It's the
I'm
new
probably
raid.
just gonna chill on my Warlock for a bit and then go play some camp with Lucas.
No, I'm talking about like later, like I don't know how long, but like you're gonna stay on, but like yeah.
Until I get tired.
I finished watching all of Attack on Titan. Now I'm waiting for season 4.
Oh, so Lucas here, I have a great Tim Hortons story for you because I know you love my Tim Hortons
Oh.
stories. This is
Oh yeah.
this is
Time to get my
probably,
coffee.
like, I'm not even gonna lie, this has probably gotta be one of my favorite Tim Hortons stories that I've ever, like, seen, and it happened on Sunday, and it was fucking great. So basically,
Oh, I'll get my coca. Wait. Wait.
okay,
Oh yeah.
okay, so anyways,
Jesus Christ.
we have 2 lanes at our Tim Hortons, and sometimes it causes a little bit of confusion between the customers because they don't know who's supposed to go first. It's super simple, but like you have to remember that there's a lot of dumbasses out there. So anyways,
Mhm.
the one oh shit, what the fuck? Where did this helmet come from? What? Oh wait, never mind. I'm on my Titan. I got so confused. So anyways, the one guy was there are 2 guys, and the one guy was on his phone, and he was like kind of looking down, not really paying attention or anything like that, and so he's just kind of rolling up, and the other guy in the other lane, he finished his order, so he's going to move up, and he thinks that the other guy's going to stop for him, but the other guy's on his phone. So then they almost hit each other, and they both stop, and then the guy who wasn't on his phone was kind of like, what the fuck, like, why are you going or whatever. So then anyways, the guy on his phone looks up at him and just kind of flips him off and then drives up and cuts him off. So then that guy gets so mad, he gets out of his car and he walks over to the window while we're like trying to serve the other customer. And he comes up to the window and he starts screaming. He's like, "This guy just cut me off in the drive-through." And he's like, he's like, if you serve him, I'm gonna sue you."
What?
We're like laughing, and he's like,
Actual
he just keeps screaming, "If you serve him, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm calling the cops." So then we get the supervisor, cause like there's like this girl's on the window, and I felt kind of bad for her because she's like kind of new. So like I called over the supervisor, and I'm like, "I need you to go to the window real quick." So then the supervisor goes over to the window, and the supervisor is basically just like, "We can't just refuse to serve him because he cut you off, like it's not our responsibility." So then the guy gets pissed off and he goes back in his car or whatever, and then we get the manager and everything because the guy like goes back to his car, and we want to make sure that nothing happens or anything like that. So then the guy who was on his phone pulls up, and this guy is fucking massive. He's like 6 foot like 3, 6'4", and he's like muscular as fuck. Like he looks like a bodybuilder. This guy looks like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but like his little brother. Like he's fucking built. And he just pulls up and he's like, "Yeah, this guy's kind of freaking out." And our manager was like, "Oh, like just park around at the front and we'll like get the problem solved or whatever." So they both end up parking around the front, and the guy who's like super muscular, he was the one who went first because he cut the other guy off, and he actually pulled up and parked. And I thought he was just gonna drive away and be like, "Fuck this, like I don't feel like dealing with this," but he actually pulled up and parked, got out of his car, and was just staring at the guy that he cut off. And the guy is probably like not as tall as him, but he's pretty tall, but he's like super scrawny and shit. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, if the guy who's angry and who got cut off tries to fight this guy, the other guy's literally gonna bury him in the parking lot with his bare hands. Like it would have looked like Hulk versus
Did,
like
what?
Ant-Man.
Wait, so what happened? Did they fight?
No,
Or
they
did
didn't
they just
fight.
talk?
They didn't fight, but
Aw.
the assistant manager ended up going out there and like talking to both of them, even though it's not even our responsibility. Like if there's an accident in our drive-through, it has nothing to do with us. Like if anything, like if it was that bad, the police would just ask to see the cameras. But like it has nothing to do with us. It's all on them. And then he's freaking out and he's saying like a bunch of dumb shit and he's like, you guys should have rules. And the assistant manager's like, what do you mean rules? And he's like, people shouldn't just be allowed to cut other people off. And I'm laughing because I'm like, yeah, there's this thing called a law
Bro,
that
I don't know who
tells
to
you not to
side
be a
with.
reckless driver.
Because I mean,
It's
like,
this
you know, on one
interesting
hand,
law.
you get like pummeled if you side with the guy that's crazy, but on the other hand, like, you'd be a dick if you sided with the guy that.
No, but she ended up sorting it out, and they both kind of chilled out, and they were like, well, the one guy wasn't even angry. The muscular guy wasn't even angry. I think he was just waiting for the other guy to try and fight him so that he could like bury him in the fucking parking lot. Like it was actually so bad. I was like, this guy's a bit
Wait, so what
fucking
was the
shitty.
agreement that they came to? Like, if you were there?
There was no agreement. Like there was no damage done. Nobody hit each other.
Oh.
They just agreed.
No,
like,
but I thought they would have like, I don't know.
well, there's nothing that
like,
can be
came to,
done.
like,
The
a
guy was just
conclusion or
really
something.
angry.
I don't
He was
know,
just
I
being
mean,
an
like-
idiot. Like I understand he
Well,
got
then,
cut
what-
off,
what-
but he's a
Well,
dumbass
then
for
what was the
freaking
point
out.
in
There's
like?
nothing you can
Well,
do.
then what was the point in pulling them into the parking lot?
Because the one guy was screaming, "I'm gonna call the cops and I'm gonna sue you
Yeah,
if
but
you
then
let
just
if you
throw
serve
him off
him."
the property. Just kick him off the property.
No, they have to deal with it because like if the guy goes to the cops and shit, they don't want the cops coming down there because then they have to talk to the cops and explain to the cops. And then if that guy was actually serious enough to go get a lawyer, they'd have to explain what happened and shit, and it would have just caused a whole bunch of bullshit. But yeah, like he kept screaming, "I'm gonna sue you if you serve him." And we're like, "What do you mean we have to serve him? Like we can't just say, oh no, you cut him off. Get out of our drive-through." Like,
Scum.
and the guy was just being a fucking idiot. It was so funny,
It's big brain time.
honestly. Did I get rid of her rocket launcher that I could have gave?
Oh, did you hear about that? Like, I know this is old and shit, but like, have you heard of the guy that like filled up a balloon with helium and they thought that there was a kid inside of it?
What?
Like no, like a saucer. Like they filled up like some giant ass balloon, like, or a saucer, with like helium, and like they thought that the kid was inside the balloon, and like the cops ended up chasing it with like helicopters and like rescue or
Oh
like
my
with
God.
search and rescue and shit, and like the kid ended up hiding in a fucking box in the attic, and like apparently that family got sued or something, but like there was a whole bunch of like corrupt shit with the cops that they were doing. But like it's a whole long story. The internet historian like posted a video on it like a while ago, but like still, I don't know. I just ended
Oh.
up finding it.
I have another good Tim Hortons story. This one isn't. This one obviously is not on the tier list of the other one, but this one's pretty
Aw.
good too. You know how when you buy like a gift card, like not like an Xbox points card, but like an actual gift.
You're
card.
talking about like a gift card for like a store or something?
Yeah, like a prepaid MasterCard or like a store or something. You know how they come
Oh,
in two
yeah,
parts, and the part on the top is just attached to the actual card, and it kind of tells you how much money is on it.
Yeah,
So it
that
would-
or like well sometimes the card's
Okay, no, but
actually
we're talking
inside
about those
the
ones.
thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
but we're talking
yeah.
about those ones. So that's
Yeah.
the kind of ones that some of the Tim Hortons have, or like if you go to a place that isn't Tim Hortons, it has that part on top of it. And so anyways, some people are so dumb, and I don't know how they have the power,
They
like,
managed to
the
live.
efficiency of the chromosomes that they do, but some of them throw out the actual card that has the money on it and try and give us the top
Oh my
part.
Christ.
And then we have to explain to them that there's nothing we can do, and that they were supposed to
It's
have the
big
other
brain
part.
time.
Yeah. So we're like, like you were supposed to keep that part, bruv. And then usually they'll just be like, oh, I fucked up or whatever, and they won't say anything. But this one lady, she came in and she started yelling, and she's like, if I went to any other Tim Hortons, they would replace it. So then we ended up having to call the manager, and the actual owner of the store was there, so he came out and he was talking to her, and it got so bad that she started crying. And it was only $25. It was a $25 card. And so
Hey
it
man,
got-
the struggle is real.
and she wouldn't leave, and it was so obvious that like she was only she was like faking it because she like was trying to get free money and shit. So like it got so bad though that the owner gave her like the money back
20
on the
bucks.
cards just to get her to
Oh.
leave. Just so that she would
What,
leave,
did
'cause
she end up
wasn't
getting anything,
leaving.
or did she just leave?
Well, I think she bought something. She bought shit, and then she tried to pay, but she handed us the top part that we can't even use for anything, like a dumbass. But yeah, so she starts crying and shit,
Imagine.
and then the owner's like, "Fuck this! Like, I just have to get this bitch out of here." So
How
he
are
gives
you
her the
that
fucking
dumb
thing.
though? Like, I
That's what
don't
Anya
know.
was
Like,
saying.
is there anyone that's that dumb that doesn't
Yes.
fake it though?
I don't know because I don't know if she was faking it at first. Like I thought like it was legitimate at first because that's happened before. Like it's happened like at least 5 times before where they've come in with the wrong part of the card and they're like, oh fuck, I threw out the other part. But like when she started crying,
Fucking
I was like, there's no way you're crying over $25. Like you have to be faking it.
She has no dignity,
Honestly.
no pride.
Honestly. Lucas, are you even here? Or are you just absorbing the stories? Did you mute your mic to masturbate or something? Alright, Lucas isn't here. Lucas is dead. D-E-D, dead. Oh, I should have actually done this video now that I think about it.
Bro, imagine like
Yeah.
yo, they posted a fucking Excel spreadsheet on a website for public viewing with everyone's information. Like, how do you manage to be that stupid?
I don't think they posted it. I think it got leaked into the wrong hands.
No, no, it didn't get leaked. It got posted because what they do is they have the spreadsheet so that they can give it to companies like, you know, Microsoft or Activision, so that those people know, like, oh hey, we can invite you to like a private viewing or whatever for like our game, or like you can test our game or whatever, right? That's why they have that spreadsheet. But instead of handing it over to the companies, they posted it on the fucking website for public viewing.
Why would they do that? Are they retarded?
Yeah, because they're retarded.
Oh my god.
Now apparently people are saying they're gonna get sued or something because they
Probably.
literally just doxed like
doxed,
most
like-
games journalists
Well, I mean, games journalists
that attended
deserve to be
E3.
doxed. Let's be real.
Some, but like their Skill Up was on there, and like it's not even just games journalists. It's also Twitch streamers, Twitch Mixer, and
Yikes.
like YouTube streamers.
Oh my god, you know how many swattings there are gonna be now?
Yo,
I
that's
feel
so
so
fucking
bad for
dumb.
people who get swatted,
Yeah.
man. That shit is actually like shitty.
Pretty
Especially
sure
that
that-
one guy
well,
who
yeah,
got
people
shot in
have
front of
died.
his entire family
Yeah.
because the cops were too dumb to realize that it was a swatting.
Mm.
Like they told the guy called the
Mm.
cops, or no, you know what it was? It was.
I've never heard about that. I've heard of people
Basically
dying, but
what
like
it
never heard
was-
of like that.
Basically what it was these guys got pissed off at this one guy online. I don't remember why, but they got pissed off at him online, and it was on Call of Duty, and so they ended up swatting him. And they basically what they said when they called 911 was that he had hostages and shit, so they sent the fucking SWAT team, like not just regular officers or anything. They sent the fucking SWAT team in, and
Sorry.
yeah, you missed. I'm gonna have to re-explain my Timmy story, but anyways, so
my bad.
they called the SWAT team, and the SWAT team shows up, and they don't even give this guy the benefit of the doubt. They're literally standing across the street with a fucking like assault rifles, and like the guy has his hands in the air, and they're telling him to get on the ground, and because of the fact that he's across the fucking street, he can't hear them, so they just shoot him because he wasn't getting on the ground in front of his family that they said were the hostages and shit. And then the kids who
Did the
who
people-
swatted him ended up going to jail.
They go to
Sunday,
jail?
and it was
Yeah,
at
good.
least it happened.
Yeah, but if you go on the Wayback Machine, you can literally see everybody that went to E3. If you
Yikes.
find the
there's gonna
URL,
be
because
so many
I don't
spotters.
know the URL myself, but yeah, it's probably out there.
I wonder if Keanu Reeves got doxxed.
Not Keanu.
Reeves gets doxxed.
I want that stand up thing back.
Oh, the stand-up
fucking-
Keanu Reeves cut up.
Yeah, I want it. I
Oh my
want that.
God.
I want that.
What was
I
the what was the
love-
meme at E3 with him? Cause like it wasn't it like the pose that he was doing or something? Like I don't know. 'Cause,
No,
like, I
it was
see a lot of
basically
people
what
with,
they
like,
did was he was just they literally just took a picture of him standing and then they photoshopped like that same they took him in the picture of him standing normally and then they
Oh, and they
cut
made
his
it a
body
T-pose?
out and then made it smaller into like a dwarf. And then they started making memes out of it. Like there was one where it was
No,
me
and then
waiting
there's-
for my mom to get off the phone so I can tell her my Bulbasaur evolved.
Why?
I don't
No,
know.
and there was that, and there was like, you're breathtaking.
Oh yeah, the you're
I
breathtaking.
mean,
No,
at least
you're
at least
breathtaking.
at least Keanu's like cool about like quite a bit of stuff that happens, you know,
He is
involving
so
him.
cool.
I mean, like,
Well, I mean,
yo, I'm
he
done.
probably
I
hasn't
already
even seen
pre-ordered that
meme.
game.
I don't think he uses the fucking internet. Oh, and yeah, I can't wait for that
Alright.
game to come
no,
out.
I think he does.
The
I
CD,
pre-ordered
CD
it a year
Projekt Red
before it's
made the
gonna come
Witcher
out.
series, so like, I'm really excited for this game.
No, I'm excited for the game.
I haven't
because
really seen too
it's
much
like
about
my
it.
style.
I don't know what
of
it's
game.
about, so I mean, like, I don't know what
It's
the
like
the
a,
gameplay
it's like
is
a,
like
it's
or
like
anything.
Call of Duty. It's like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, but instead of it being Call of Duty, it's an RPG.
Okay, so what you could have just said there
Ah.
is that it was an open world fucking RPG in the future, not Call of. Don't compare. Don't compare. The
Well, Blake, no, you can't.
Cyberpunk
You can't.
to
You can't
Call
say
of
that with
Duty.
Blake because Blake would be like,
Fuck you.
You have to say something with a relevant game series that he has played
Watch,
for a really
look,
long
just until
time.
this target
Are you
is-
stupid? I've played
It's like
Yeah.
Destiny, but it's on
No,
Earth.
It's really not.
Destiny is on Earth though. Are you
No, I mean some
stupid? Are
of
you
it.
fried?
It's all on Earth. The whole game.
How do you know that? Have you played the whole game?
Ooh,
Of what?
shots fired of Cyberpunk. How do you know it's all on Earth?
Oh shit, I
Yeah.
don't fucking know.
Caught you with your
I
pants
asked
down.
Keanu and he told me.
Exactly. Oh, you got links with Keanu now. Alright, alright.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got
anyways,
links
the
with
video that
Keanu.
Charlie posted was so good because I love his husky. The husky is like my dream dog. I really want
Oh
his
yeah, that one.
His fucking dog is so sweet.
I could not stop thinking about that fucking creepy ass video with the fucking dolls and the puppets and whatever.
Oh, I
That
watched
shit
that
was
full video,
fucking
it was pretty
terrifying.
intense.
Lucas, did you
How the
watch that?
fuck do I get up to this? Fuck the European fucking aerials.
Oh, she's
Lucas.
working. That's the stranger.
It's like the
danger.
most, it's the most haunted like show or children's show. I think that's what he called it.
Oh, by the way, Lucas, so my other story, basically, you know, like how gift cards come in like two separate like things, like the top part that's useless that just tells you how much money you can put on the card, and then the actual card part that's
Mhm.
attached to it. So a lot of people, well, not a lot, because you know they're not, but like I feel like society's not that dumb, but some people end up throwing out the actual card part, thinking that you need the top part. And then they try and come into our work and like give us the top part of the card, and then we look at them with the stupidest face and go, "Where's the actual card?" And they go, "What do you mean the actual card?" And then we're like, "This is just the top part. You need the other part." And then they go, "Oh fuck, I must have thrown it out." But this lady in particular came in, and when we told her that, she started going off about how if she went to any other Tim Hortons, they would have replaced it, which they wouldn't have. And it got
Fuck.
so bad to the point where the managers were talking to her and everything, and the owner came out and started talking to her, and she started crying. And granted, this card only had $25 on it, from what she was saying. So she was
Her
essentially
self-esteem and
crying
dignity was
over-
worth $20.
Yeah, so she was essentially crying over $25, and it got so bad to the point where she wouldn't leave. So the owner of my store literally just gave her the $25 on a card so she'd fuck off.
Hey, I
The
mean,
fuck?
$20 is $20, man.
Obviously. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting. And the owner came back and he was like, I didn't want to have to deal with that shit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this boss still alive? Why are we the only two people in this mission? All these questions.
My god. Running this EAZ shit is the most
This
dreadful
is so
garbage
toxic.
that I've ever
I'm only,
seen.
oh my god. This is actually so bad. Fuck this mission, man. I swear to God.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Lucas,
gonna
I think
show
that I'm gonna be
shit.
getting live on the 15th, not the 13th, from what I'm told. So
Oh, I started playing
Fuck
Detroit
you.
Become Human, and I didn't.
fuck you too,
I
man.
only got to the part where you
At least you're
have to
not gonna be
defuse the
dust where you don't
hostage
have
situation
gold.
at the beginning, and
I haven't played that yet.
oh well, like
Wait,
you
wait,
know the
wait,
shut the
which?
fuck
No,
up.
I
Which?
know what you're talking about, but I
Which
haven't played that
game?
game yet.
Detroit Become
He
Human.
just said it. Are you
Oh,
If you
fucking
weren't
deaf?
talking over
Yo,
me the
I.
entire time, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, I
So
haven't
anyways,
played
yeah,
that
I
game.
got to the part, I got to that part, and I ended up getting the one where he fucking pushes the guy off of the building to save the girl, but then he falls off too, so I just fucking turned off the game, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to search up guides on how to get the best endings. Cause I don't, I'm,
Actually, stupid.
I'm not, like, I'm not that person who plays,
Spoilers.
no, I don't like playing through the game, I don't like playing through decision-making
Well,
games and then getting, like, the worst, I always end up with the worst
Are you
ending, no matter
stupid?
how hard I
Bro,
try and
pick
get the
whatever
best
you
ending.
think is the best option.
Yeah,
No,
I
like,
do. I do, and then I'll get like the fucking absolute worst possible outcome, even though I thought
Brandon's
I was
at
picking all the shit that like was good.
Brandon's admitting that he picks shit or he makes shitty
No, I'm
life
not even kidding.
decisions.
I'm not even kidding. Because The Witcher 3 was like decision based or whatever, and I did the base game fine. And then the second DLC came out, and I was like, okay, I'll just do this without watching any guides or anything like that, like about the decisions or whatever, like, and I'll try and go for the best ending. And I thought I was doing so well, and then I ended up getting the ending where like pretty much everybody dies. And like you literally, like everybody literally dies in the ending I got except for Geralt. Like you go to this other kingdom and like the queen ends up dying, or she's the duchess there because it's duchess and Dutch or whatever the fuck they're called instead of king and queen. And then her sister fucking dies too. They both get shot by
See,
crossbow bolts and shit.
You mean Duke?
Yeah, Duke.
see,
Thank you.
Days Gone right now is on sale on Amazon, but I
But it's
don't know
shit,
if I want a
isn't it?
physical copy.
Isn't it shit?
No, apparently it's actually good.
I heard it's
No,
good,
apparently it's
but
good.
then people were like
It was
complaining
shit.
that all the zombies are like white and shit.
Oh,
Even though
by
like
the
they
way,
explained why they were
No.
white.
what are some good PlayStation exclusives, Lucas, that aren't Spider-Man or God of War? Because I already bought those.
Let me boot it up
Uh,
right now. Hold up.
Because
Because I pretty
What was
got
the
much
name
got
of the,
all
what
of
was
them.
the name of that one game?
Oh, that's very
Last of
helpful.
Us. Last of Us.
Oh yeah,
oh, well, The
Ninja,
Last of Us, I know
Ninja,
was good, I'm
Ninja,
pretty sure.
Yeah,
Ninja
I have
streaming
a
on
copy
Mixer.
of it, but I haven't played it yet. For some reason. I can
Yeah,
actually,
no,
well,
Days Gone, Brandon. People said the first because it's like it's like almost like a 40-hour game. The
Mhm.
first 5 hours is boring, and then it switches it up and it actually introduces things like new things to like the zombie formula, and then that's when it gets interesting.
I don't understand why they do that shit where it's like they make I guess they don't purposely do this, but like the first like hours of like games that are like or the first couple hours are literally like the most important hours, because like if I'm playing a game and I'm bored after like the first hour or two, I'm literally never gonna play that game again. So like I don't know. But
Yeah.
I mean, if
Okay,
that game
so
is apparently good after the first 5 hours, I might have to play it and just slog through the shitty
okay,
part.
so Detroit Become Human, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn. I still haven't beat because it's not really my type of game, but I'm like close to the end. I know that.
Mhm.
I think you would like it.
What is it
Infamous
like?
Second Son's a really good game. It's an RPG.
I know.
It's like an RPG, but it's like a cool setting. Okay, Infamous Second Son, Spider-Man, Shadow of the Colossus is really fun. Last of Us, Uncharted 4, and Uncharted the Nathan Drake collection. Those are really good. What is that game called? Because I had it, but I deleted it. The Last Guardian was it was like eh.
Oh
Uh,
no, I watched gameplay on that. I don't think I can handle that chromosome deficiency.
yeah, it was kind of like a boost fest, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, but here, let me go because I know it tells you PlayStation
Oh,
exclusive games.
I was playing it yesterday night. Like I was playing Detroit Become Human, and it's so like, how do I turn down the volume on the controller because it starts fucking random shit coming out of the controller half the time.
You have to go in the settings. You have to
Because
go in
that
the
shit was
settings.
annoying. And like my headset doesn't even work with the controller. Like the headset that I have is supposed to be compatible with Xbox, PlayStation.
Why don't you plug
and
into the
PC.
headphone jack?
I did.
Oh.
I plugged it into the I plugged it into the headphone.
Did you
jack
turn it up
properly.
on the PlayStation? Like in the menu?
I mean, why does it automatically come muted? 'Cause I feel like
Mine
it would
did.
at least. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's the problem then. Because it was saying that microphone was plugged in, but I couldn't hear anything, so I might have to go back and do that.
Welcome, Guardian.
Okay, here. Play only on PlayStation. Here we go. So Death Stranding looks like a fucking amazing game. I'm totally getting that when it comes out. The Last of Us 2, fucking oof, that's gonna. Bloodborne's really good. Days
Isn't
Gone,
Bloodborne
I
just
haven't
Dark
played it.
Souls, but for PlayStation?
Yeah, but it's better. Gravity Rush is really fun. Gran Turismo Sport, it's like Forza but for PlayStation. Knack is shit. Killzone Shadowfall is okay. That's really it. The Order 1886, it's like a 4-hour game, and it's literally just a tech demo to show like how like games could look on the PlayStation. It looks really good, but yeah, it's like one of the best games I ever seen like graphically. Uncharted so like any of the Uncharted games just amazing. Loved every single one, and the Yakuza series.
Yakuza?
Oh, and Until Dawn. Yeah, and Until Dawn.
Oh yeah, Until Dawn. I
And
watched
that's
a
still
really
haven't
it.
full
played
playthrough of
Last
that
of Us.
game, so I don't know if I want to actually buy that game, but I might.
That's really it though. Just Stranding looks so good.
So, how did
I
it
don't think
feel
I'm gonna
to
do
celebrate
anything on
your
my
triumphs?
warlock that
I hope
requires
you took time
bounties,
to
because
bask in
resets
every
tomorrow
one of those
anyways.
moments. Each victory represents
Can you
a
shut
time
the
when your
fuck up, Solstice,
heroism
But
bitch?
The
came
Last of
to
Us 2
life.
might be a PlayStation 5 game, so I don't know.
There
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
be a
PlayStation
last
5
level
and
to
I
come
mean,
back
it
to.
might come out on
For
PlayStation 4,
that,
so they're not gonna
we
completely
hope
cut off your
And
console right away.
yeah.
so
Yeah.
many
No, what
things
what people are saying they're gonna do is because PlayStation 5 is gonna be compatible with like every other like PlayStation that's ever came out. So what
Oh
they're probably gonna
damn.
do is they're gonna release the same thing with the next Xbox. It's gonna be compatible with like
Hmm.
every other
Wait, so you're saying
Xbox.
it's gonna have like
Um,
PlayStation 2,
Wait, so I
PlayStation
can play
3?
360 games on
yeah,
my Xbox Scarlet or whatever it's called? Or I don't know
yeah.
if it's Scarlet or
That's what
I mean,
both
that was kind of
Xbox
obvious
and PlayStation are
because
saying.
what's the name of the new Xbox, by the way? Is it
They
Scarlet
that's
or
haven't
all it's
announced it.
called for right now. No, but that was
They haven't
obvious. Do you
announced
think
it.
they'd really put that much time into backwards compatibility and then throw it out as soon as they get rid of the Xbox One?
Oh, it's called Microsoft or it's called Project Scarlet right now, but
Yeah, they
yeah.
haven't announced the actual name. They're gonna
But
do that when they
but either
announce the
way,
actual, or when they reveal the actual console.
what people are saying is because the same thing with Cyberpunk, they're probably gonna
Oh, why
release
did I
it
do that?
for um the next consoles too, but it's gonna be backwards compatible. So like in the Last of Us case, they're gonna release it on PlayStation 4 first, and then like let's say a month after the PlayStation 5 comes out, it's gonna be backwards compatible.
I'm not
So you could just buy
buying.
it on PlayStation 5.
I'm not buying a place, or I mean, I'm not buying the next Xbox until they come out with some good exclusives.
Mm,
I'm gonna buy the
yeah, fair point.
PlayStation 5. Well, actually, I'm not even gonna buy the PlayStation 5 until like I'm gonna hold off on that as long as possible because I can buy all
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna hold off on the next consoles as well.
I can literally just
Maybe
buy
see
everything
what
on
Kind of want to
PC.
play the next Halo.
um,
I kind of want to play the next Halo.
See, Lucas, that's
Yeah,
why you
the
need to get
next
a
Halo
PC,
looks
my
good.
dude. Yo, Lucas, get a PC now that you have a job, bruv.
No, I don't want to fucking spend $2,000
You
on a
don't have
PC.
to. You could literally buy a pre-built for like
I
900
don't
You
want
don't
to
bucks.
have to.
spend $600.
Brandon spent that much because he
I just
bought
went
like
the
well first
elite
off they
way.
didn't have no, it's because they didn't have like some of the parts that we were like looking for some reason, even though it said they had them on in stock online. And then you also like bought like a Windows 10 installation and a few other things.
Hmm.
My friend
I
literally
think we
got
should calf or not.
a pre-built. Oh yeah, I'll be coming in a bit. Actually, I might just come now.
Hmm.
Do I have to do anything?
Um,
Oh, best endgame moments. Oh,
I still
Bruh.
haven't watched
I
that.
love you 3000.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I still haven't watched Endgame.
love you 3000.
I don't know how you haven't watched this fucking thing yet.
I don't know. I don't really care for Marvel anymore. Like after after, um,
After Endgame, I
no,
mean,
not
like,
after
you know,
Endgame. Not
so,
after
so
Endgame.
Spider-Man Far From
After,
Home didn't really tickle your pickle?
well, I
You
haven't seen
didn't
that
watch
either.
Spider-Man.
Uh,
I thought it was really good, to
Both
be
of those,
honest.
yeah, I thought too.
I am.
I fucking love
After
Jake
Avengers
Gyllenhaal.
Infinity
He's
War,
like
I like.
fucking discount Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, as soon as he came on
I-
screen, I like nutted.
I kind of like, didn't really
Well,
care
you're
too
just
much
lame
after
then.
Infinity War. No, it's because like I don't really care for like all the new movies that are coming out. Like She-Thor,
They're
uh,
remaking
Are you
Blade. I'm so
kidding me?
fucking.
Blade,
they're
Do you
Blade's gonna be
know-
the only one that I really
Do
care
you
for.
you haven't like so you're telling me that you're gonna base all of the movies that are coming out off of the one shitty one or the one that's
No,
probably gonna be
and then
shitty?
there's Captain Marvel. Like I really don't care about
Okay,
Captain
well, who
Marvel. I
cares
haven't
about
even seen the
Captain
first one.
Marvel? You don't have to watch the first one. The first one was so irrelevant to the plot, and like she could have literally just showed up in Endgame and like
I
without an
saw like I
explanation,
watched a
and
2-hour.
it wouldn't have meant anything.
I
Like
watched
the
a
only
2-hour
confusing part-
video on why it was such a bad movie.
The only confusing thing that would have happened if she would have just showed up in Endgame without having a movie come up before would have been like, how does Nick Fury know who she is? That's it. And they could have explained that in like 2 seconds. They didn't even need that movie. That movie had like, it literally didn't even need to
Yeah,
come
but it
out.
still made a billion. It still made
Because
$1
it's a
billion.
Marvel movie.
And because it's a feminist-based movie, and I
Somebody
mean
could
like
make a
everybody
fucking-
loves.
Somebody could make a fucking
Retards.
superhero movie about my dick, and like it would make over $1 billion if they put Marvel
Damn.
before the movie.
I just want to see what they do with Deadpool. Because I know
Oh,
Ryan
he's still gonna
Reynolds
be
Just a
rated R.
was
still-
recasted.
just a
No,
still
Ryan.
2-hour frame.
Ryan, no, they've already confirmed that one, Ryan Reynolds isn't gonna be recasted. It's gonna be Ryan Reynolds, and two, it's still gonna be rated R. So
Blade,
nothing will really
Blade
change
better
other
be
than
rated
the fact
R.
that it will be under
Blade
Disney
better
instead
be
of
rated
Fox.
R though.
But no. So Ryan Reynolds is gonna still be Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Do you
good.
really
That's what
think they would
that's what I'm
change?
happy
You know
about.
how you know the uproar that they would cause if they
Nobody-
made it so that Ryan Reynolds wasn't
Oh, yeah, I
Deadpool
know.
anymore? Do you understand what would happen? There would be like, you
Nobody
remember
would
that
really care
shooting
anymore
at
for
YouTube?
Deadpool.
You
to be
know
fair.
that shooting that happened at YouTube? That would happen at like wherever Marvel Studios is.
Disney.
It would be like the raid of Area
No.
51, except replace Area 51
It would
with
be on
Disney.
Disney since Disney was the one who acquired Fox, and Fox owned the Deadpool movies. So.
So, yeah,
Um,
The same thing with Blade. It's gonna be rated R.
yeah,
And
Blade.
the next,
Yeah, I'm really
the next
excited for
Doctor
Blade.
Strange is gonna be a
That's
horror
good.
movie. That's gonna be cool.
yeah, I heard about that.
I don't know how they would do that.
No,
But-
but that's gonna be cool. I would
I don't know
actually
how they're gonna
really,
make a
like
horror
watch
movie
that.
though, out of like, cause like the black
Yeah,
guy,
out of a
that
superhero
black
movie,
guy is
like
gonna
what?
be the next villain for the Doctor
You mean
Strange.
Blade? Or
No.
oh wait,
No,
no,
did
you're
you
talking.
watch Doctor
No,
Strange?
I thought that you were talking about Blade or something. What black guy are you talking about? I
The
like
black
I don't
guy.
The one
remember.
at the end of the movie.
Don't you remember he was like the student of the Ancient One, but then he figured out that
Oh,
the Ancient One was
him!
using the fucking dark powers, so he got all fucking
Him-
butthurt
wait,
and
he's-
offended.
He's the villain?
Obviously.
Oh my
Ah,
god,
oh,
when
wait,
they
I-
fucking do
I-
a
no, I really
teaser
don't
that
Like
you
the
don't fucking
whole
think it's
reason-
a teaser.
The
Wait,
whole
Doctor.
like,
Wait.
oh my
hold on.
god. Do you not remember he got pissed off at Doctor Strange
I
because he
really
was
don't.
using the time stone to manipulate time? He was like, you can't do that, that's wrong.
I really don't remember. Wait, when did the teaser come out or whatever?
What?
Like, cause
It
Lucas said
was
there
at
was like
the
a
end
teaser
of the
or something.
movie.
All right, fine.
It was
Stop
the fucking
yelling
ending
at me.
cutscene, dude. The fucking ending cutscene.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on Cap.